Good morning, Siddiqui. I know. Okay, guys, thank you very much. You can share this video. We are about to start, and they just giving announcement. It's just a 5 minutes announcement on radio, so you can also share this video. Share this in all the chat room, please. Share it, and we expect you to participate. So I'm just waiting for Siddiqui and to bring me on. I think you just saw him. He's already on there. I'm sorry that we could not have the show on. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm sharing the video myself. I'm sharing it to all the various chat rooms. So please bear with me, and we will soon start. Today we're having a nice show. I will be bringing in Frankie. We said will join us later. I don't know, maybe he's still sleeping, but he will be joining us. And I want to say congratulations to Lida Kishen. Lida Kishen graduated yesterday, my daughter, and it was a nice graduation, and it was uh, a nice thing to see, when these kids did and do everything in their weak ways. We try to pressure them, but these are some of the things that parents love to see. And on Wednesday, on Tuesday, I took my son at the Notre Dame University where he was invited for some tryout, and I was a proud father. He did his best, and the coaches recognized him, and they gave him a tour of the university, and that was a nice thing. And the coach told him to keep it up. And who knows? You got to give the kids all the support that they want, that they need. So that is some of the parenting. It's not easy. And I give it to his mom because she's the one who usually go to all these things. But I had to drive and I drove what? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is my boss Siliki in studio, and share this
Okay,
video.
so folks, we are back on. Welcome to the General Show. Like I said to you earlier on, we are sorry on Wednesday we're going to get a host on because of some technical issue, but now we have solved it out. So, Mr. Kishan, welcome on the show. It's good to
Yeah,
have you on.
thank you, Siliki, and thanks to everyone who missed me on Wednesday. As usual, listen, when things happen, they happen. You can't when you have no control over it. And also, I want to say thanks to the True FM family for allowing us to use the airspace, the media. So today we'll be having a very nice show. Today we'll be talking, as usual. We start this show with Alex Cummings 5 watts, the agenda of Mr. Cummings. This is how we're going to start this show. So I want you to open your eyes, open your ears. I want you to listen. It's from his own mouth. This is an agenda that Mr. Cummings put together. I call it his platform. Is the 5 watts and how. This is how Mr. Cummings said we will fix Liberia. Common sense approach. We cannot continue to make it so hard for our Liberian people. It's just a simple thing that Mr. Cummings said since 2017, and he still saying the same thing. He have in fact upgraded it, but everything Mr. Cummings have been saying, he is the most consistent politician that I ever see in Liberia, and he's consistent, and he has a principle, and he believes in Liberia. So please listen to what Mr. Cummings said, that he and his people and the Liberian people together, we can do as a nation to move our country forward. So please, if you're in Radio Land, just listen. Put aside your ANC, your Liberty Party, your CPP, your CDC. Just listen. It is your right to listen to all the candidates. So Mr. Cummings is the CPP standard bearer. So listen to him. So let's give ourselves 5 minutes, please.
The leaders I love, the leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader.
The oldest republic in Africa, and yet we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles and we should buy less. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country, is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay. So those are the things we'll do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Okay, folks. You muted.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. My voice is so bad up today because of the cold. Yes, thank you. You listen to what Mr. Cummings said. This is what he's been preaching from 2016 to now. He's still telling you that we can do it together as a people. We need infrastructure in Liberia. We need a real infrastructure. Okay, let's break it down. He said you need electricity. If you get electricity, you will create jobs. Business people will come in the country. You don't have to worry about putting your generator on because government's supposed to provide light for everyone, including business people. Then he said good drinking water. If you get a good drinking water, you will still create jobs because business will boom. You'll be able to get rid of typhoid, diarrhea, all the funny looking sickness. Then you need internet. You need to communicate with each other. You need to be all the way in Grand Juda County and use your cell phone. These are some of the things that other countries, other businesses look at before they come into your country. So we got to take the hard way. We got to be honest to ourselves. When you got all these things, that job creation right there, government don't create job. Government don't employ everybody. But when your business is operating, you will employ 2-3 persons. If you get a good shop, you will employ somebody. At the same time, the man who's selling the wire, the electrician, the plumber, the technician, the internet technicians, people who did fiber optic and the cable will be able to work. Then he said, we'll go to agriculture. We're not talking about giving fertilizer or giving small things to our farmers. Our farmers, we need to give them the best support, give them equipment, do everything. Then it will be attracted to the young people. You will be able to feed yourself. We talk about agriculture, fisheries. It's all part of agriculture. We don't have a fishing company in Liberia. We need all these things. We need to open it. It's not just for the people to go and fishing and just sell the fish and they don't pay nothing. No. Then he said, we'll go to and health. You need to go to hospital. We got JFK. We got all the thing. Building new hospital. It make no sense. We can fix JFK. We can put small clinic in all the different places. They call primary health care. That means if you're in looking time and you're sick, instead of rushing, you go to the closest clinic, you will get your Panadol, you will get your headache tablet, they will treat you. When it's so bad, then they put you in the ambulance and take you to the nearest hospital. That is the responsibility of the government. The government must provide all these things. The government must fix the road. Then we go to schools. How many schools have we ever fixed in our country since in 40 years? But all the government official building schools all over the place. They building schools with no regulation. The Minister of Education gets school. His school's expensive. But we forget about the government school. We're supposed to get free education in Liberia today. We don't have free education. The president said they gave tuition free to University of Liberia, but the people can't even go to school. We need free education from primary school, that from ABC to 12th grade for government school. The people who get money can send their children to private schools. The people who don't have it can go to government school. That is the responsibility of a good government. You got to educate your people. You see, but look at the government schools today. The teachers are not taking pay. We need to train our teachers. That is how you get a better school. You must train the teachers from ABC to university. That means you will stop the garbage in, garbage out. When you do all these things, then Mr. Cummings said, whether you in CDC, you in UP, it is your right to work. He don't look at tribe. We are all Liberians no matter what. We must come together as one to build our country. You must pay your share, I pay my share. People who in America, when you come into Liberia, you should be a job creator, not a job seeker. Don't just come to Liberia and say, oh, I'm going to look for work in Liberia. Yes, it is your right to work. But where are you going to work? Are you going to beg for government job? No. Mr. Cummings said, that is not how we want it. We should work. I'm not going to America to go bring somebody to come do the job when we got good people in Liberia. Mr. Cummings is not coming into the business to make money for himself. He's coming into it for us to work together. Mr. Cummings is the only man going around the county. My people, this is not I like you or I don't like you. Look at Charlene Bromsky, the vice candidate of CPP. Young woman, educated, smart, or lawyer. That is the sign that young people are the future leaders of Liberia. They are the pressure jury of Liberia. We must give them everything. So Mr. Cummings is willing to lead us into the 21st century, that our country will be good. That the old man, Teresa, who's selling that color, can leave the color and go to different place. We cannot be happy to see our children selling water. Not because my man sell color, I should sell color. Not because my man was selling donut, that means I must sell donut to Ada. No. Who told you poor men can get into politics? You look at your representative. They were in that place. Some of them been there for 12 years. They received free $30,000 for 12 years. Today, there is no ambulance in any of the district. There is no fire truck. There is no community center. But yet, they're coming back to you and say, vote for me. And then you say you like them. Don't sell your vote. Your vote is your right. We can do it, my people. Liberia can change. We can get a better Liberia. Mr. Cummings' agenda is for us, the poor people. It's not for the rich people. It's not for Edwin Snow. It's not for Darius Dillon. It's not for Jeremiah Kuhn. It's not for Yombi Kanga. Look around you. All these people yesterday, 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, they were poor. They were poor. Look at these people today. Now today they can brag and tell you, say, I get 2-3 cars. I in a tinted car. You get Charlie never worked with government, but she living. You got Mr. Cummings for 7 years in our country, never cross or deal with government. But yet, Mr. Cummings' driver is the highest paid driver in Liberia today. Mr. Cummings' cook is the highest paid cook in Liberia today. That's why the men say we should pay our people living wage. If you want somebody to work for you, pay them. Our teachers need to be paid. Our police officer need to be paid. Then he will not take $10 liberty from you in the street. When you pay our military people, they will do the work. When you pay immigration, you pay civil servant on time. They will collect government taxes. But when you go to the port, you see people stealing. Everybody's stealing on their own because the government is corrupt. Look at the people you gave power for the last 5 years and look at them in the mirror, under the microscope. They are all millionaires. You and Mr. Magay were all sitting under that sycamore tree. Today, Mr. Magay get over 10 houses that he can brag about. He's a millionaire. Jefferson Koji today, in 5 years, nobody turned, unless you win the lottery, nobody turned to be millionaire in 5 years. Even if you're a businessman, your mind and power give it to you. So look at all these people. Today, President Weah can brag about houses all over the place. Then you'll say, oh, Mr. Weah was professional. Yes, he was. But why Mr. Weah never built all these things in Liberia? Nobody could touch President Weah. He was a celebrity. We love him. But look at our country today, lawless country. Lawless country. So please, my people, this coming election, you got it right in your palm. You can lose it or you can keep it. You can make it for the future. If you think what you got today is better, it's up to you. If it's not okay, we're moving forward. I don't know about the other side, but what I can tell you about Mr. Cummings, he's the #1 consistent politician in Liberia who willing to join us for a change. President Weah must go. President Weah must be voted out. This will be a peaceful election, and we're calling on President Weah to make it peaceful. We're calling on everybody. If you don't vote, you will not get the result you want. You will remain in the same place. I will remain in the same place. Mr. Cummings will remain in the same place. And our children will suffer. We cannot do that. Our old politicians let us down. We cannot let our young people down. Children are graduating. They don't know where to go. There's no vacation job. By this time, we're supposed to have a vacation job. All our students should be put into different ministries. So by the time the vacation over, they can get $200-$300 to go buy the uniform. But there is no more vacation job. Everybody holding plastic bag, moving in the street, hustling, spending 90% of the time just to find food. So thank you. I want you to open your mind. This discussion, let us have it. This is not about me. It's not about Mr. Cummings. It's about Liberia. It's not about Charlene. It's about Liberia. Please, they fix us. We say we can fix it. We got it on the book. You must have driver license to drive. Don't drive on the opposite lane. We got it on the book. If you steal, you must go to jail. Justice for all. We got it on the book. So there is nothing in Liberia that is different. We got everything, but we fail because the government of Liberia failed us. So thank you, Siriki. What's trending in there? There's a lot of news I see going on Facebook and all on social media. So you tell me what's going on. Yesterday, the vice tenor bearer of CPP was at SKD, and I think you were there. I saw the video, and I want to say thanks again. I want to say thanks to True FM, to all the medias in Liberia. I know you are the one who can make the difference. You are the fourth estate. Your responsibility is not to make government or politicians feel good. Your responsibility is to the people of Liberia, and you must speak the truth. Thank you, Siriki. Come in, my bro.
Thank you. Thank you. So yesterday we witnessed the nomination of the vice tenor bearer of the CPP, Charlie Bronskin, and it was a wonderful one over there yesterday as SKD. They started out whole exercise on the 14th, and it's going to be ending on the 14th of July. So it's a one more exercise. Every candidate wanting to be on the ballot box, whether you running for president, senate, or the representative seat, you have to go there. You know, carry your LRA report, your property value, according to the constitution, and then they will nominate you or certificate you. Then you'll be confirmed to be a candidate participating in the election. And so we observed that nomination yesterday from the CPP Vastine Barrow. And surprisingly to us, when we went there, we saw supporters. I don't know how they got there, but she herself, she was shocked because she didn't know that, she just went there to do a nomination quietly and leave. But people went there overwhelmingly to say that, look, we will stand by you and we have resolved to vote for you in the CPP. And it was very emotional for her. And also, again, the former Chief Justice was charged yesterday with murder, and she slept at the Center Prison. So today, maybe they're going to be in court. But, I don't think I can speak to that because I don't know the legal and the investigation that derived to her being charged. Can you imagine? Her daughter was being killed or murdered in this case. And then now the police or the investigators are saying that she is the one that murdered with few other family members. And so I don't think we will go into detail by just giving you updates and see what these are happening. But it is just sad. And I hope our people, they are following. And currently, Mr. Cummings is in the U.S. engaging Liberians. There are 2 Liberian communities in Michigan. There's a state in the U.S. that called Michigan, and the other state in Philadelphia. So he's there engaging Liberians who are concerned but cannot come back home to form part of the election. No, not like they can come home, but some of them have come home. But some of them based on work and other stuff. And so they decided to invite him over, and he went there. And these are people who really want change in Liberia. And so he's going to be having a convention or interaction with them. And so because they love the country, so they're going to be raising some funds there in order to help the campaign of Mr. Cummings. And so currently, as we speak, he's in the U.S. But next week, the vice bearer of the CPP will be joining Mr. Cummings. Likewise, the other people who know vice bearer cannot travel. But our vice bearer, this is why we have to tell you that, look, you will have to make a decision for yourself, or you will have to continue what we are into. Can you imagine? You know, if you vote for somebody, but they get travel restriction on that, they cannot go to the U.S. America and Liberia have a traditional allyship from the beginning of the foundation of this country. So if you want to vote for someone who cannot travel to the U.S., you know what that means? So Charlie will be traveling next week to the U.S. for that convention that I'm telling you about, especially the Philadelphia one. She and Mr. Cummings and the chairman of the CPP will be in Philadelphia for that wonderful convention. And so we have the ball in our hand. And I can say to you that when they come back, we'll be hitting the counties in the Western Cluster side. That include Bome, Kegman, Bapolu, and the rest of the country that are on our side there. And we'll make our case. Look, just last weekend, Saturday, when we went to Bon County, we had a 5-minute interview with Mr. Cummings. And I asked him, I said, Mr. Cummings, you were in the Southeast. You visited Maryland. And the day you arrived in Maryland, the rain was falling. But people came out, and you yourself, you were under that rain. They celebrated you, they welcomed you in the county. The first thing they did, they took you to a church. They said, look, our son, the people said, you're not well known, you have no popularity, and they're fighting you because of the change that they see you bringing. So we're going to pray for you. You left Maryland, you went to River G. The same rain was falling, but people came under that rain and welcome you. And then with all the stress you went through, that 2 counties, visiting from town to town, from village to village, making your case to the people. You came to Monrovia in 2 days. The next day you come, you in Bon County. Where you take this energy from? And Mr. Cummings said, look, Siliki, we will continue to engage our people. The energy by the grace of God is there, and we will not stop engaging the Liberian people. And as we speak right now, he's on his way to engage other Liberians. Even though they are not here, but he's also on his way going there to engage them because they too are Liberians. They deserve better country. They want a better Liberia, as a matter of fact. because whatsoever or wheresoever you find yourself, this is your country. There are some Liberians today in the US or in other countries. They don't want to be there. They want to come home. They have some of them are successful. But how can they come? Today in our country, if you don't have anything to do with political or being friends with people in power, if you invest, your investment will not even go anywhere. That's the country we have today. And this is what Mr. Cummings is coming to change. And so these are updates on the ground, Mr. Kishen. But, we'll go back to our host, to continue the conversation while we check on some things here.
Okay, thank you very much, Siddiqui. You said it all. But just for those who are listening, and Mr. Cummings will be in Michigan tomorrow. There's a program going on in Michigan by the ANC and Global. It's a fundraiser. Mr. Cummings will be there. If you're in the Michigan area, I will try to get the flyer here to tell you the time. And it's a fundraiser. And also, Mr. Cummings will be in Philadelphia on the 30th to the 2nd. There will be a ball. It's the CPP convention. Remember, Mr. Cummings is the standard bearer of CPP. Charlene Bronskin is the vice standard bearer for CPP. Musa Belete is the chairman of CPP. So the CPP convention will be held in Philadelphia on the 30th of July to the 2nd of to the 30th of June to the 2nd of July. I'm sorry. So there will be a meet and greet in New Jersey. We will have it in New Jersey. And then on Saturday, there will be a business meeting where the convention will take place. And that same Saturday, Mr. Cummings will take a tour in Trenton. He will meet with Liberians in Trenton. He will meet with the Liberian Association in Trenton. From there, we'll come back to Philadelphia. He will meet with the Liberian Association there, officials. Remember this, the Liberian Association is non-political. Also, the Liberian Association has the right to meet with any leader because every candidate are all potential president. Once you're a candidate, so I am the president of the Liberian Association in South Jersey, but we are not part of ULA. So then Mr. Cummings will meet with other different communities. He will go to football field. He will meet with old timers. I'm sorry, the cold. Mr. Cummings will meet with a lot of Liberians. He's going to meet people from all walks of life. He will be on Woodland, then from there. So on Saturday, Mr. Cummings have a long itinerary that he got to go with. Then on Sunday, after the ball in Philadelphia, on Sunday, Mr. Cummings will worship at the First United Methodist Church in Trenton. It's the oldest Liberian church. And then by 2 o'clock, it will be a town hall meeting. There will be a town hall meeting where all Liberians are invited. If in Philadelphia, you can come. Don't say you're in Philadelphia so you can come to Trenton. The same thing when the people in Trenton say they don't want to go to Philadelphia. But people in Trenton will be there. Come to Mr. Cummings, engaging, ask all the questions. This is the only candidate I know that don't run for question. He loves to answer questions. So that's it. But we'll continue to inform you guys about Mr. Cummings' trip. Mr. Cummings is a workaholic. He continues to work. He don't sleep. When I say he don't sleep, a leader must spend time engaging the people. That is a real fact. And Siddiqui mentioned something about the former Chief Justice. I want to make it clear. It is not our responsibility to talk about it. I don't know what happened. I don't want to know. Let justice prevail. But we listen to the case. It is not my business to talk about it. I will be honest with you. Justice must take its place, whether we like it or not. I remember when Mr. Cummings was going to court. We don't like the justice. We don't believe in the system. But I was surprised when Mr. Cummings told us the system is the system. If the system is not good, let the system show me that it is not good. Mr. Cummings went through that court, sweating every day. We said the system is not good, but Mr. Cummings went through it. So that is the system Mr. Cummings wants to fix. We want our people to believe in the justice system, that every Liberian, no matter who are you, where you from, you must get justice. So the girl that was dead, that got killed, she needs justice. Brewers card need justice. The government need justice. The ordinary librarian need justice. The auditors need justice. Everybody in Liberia need justice. So we cannot pick and choose. But the government is the government. The law is the law. That's all I can say. We cannot go more than that. I am not a lawyer, and I'm not going to take side. I'm just watching. All I'm here to do is to promote Mr. Cummings, to sell him to you that we got a terrible country. There are people in our country who need justice. They can't get it. There are people who are being killed, and we see the perpetrator, we see the murderers running around like Prince Yodi Johnson, who continue to insult people on his stage, who continue to insult, calling Charlene lesbian, calling Mr. Cummings gay. That is so shameful for a political leader, a man who killed people in our country, can go and use the pulpit and insult other people. Then today, they want us to give the country back to them. No. Liberians, we can fix that country. We are the only people that can fix Liberia. We beg you. Whether you say I'm begging you, no problem. Our youth, our disadvantaged youth, we call Zogos, we can change their life around. We can change their life around. Let me tell you guys, and I will call the name publicly, and I hope he's listening. The Minister of Youth and Sports. There was an email he told me to send to him, how to create jobs. The first thing I told this minister, I said, Minister Zoka, you can create jobs as a minister. You play football. All I want you to do is to work with LFA. Let LFA bring in FIFA teachers, coaches, and then select all the former players and let them be trained, and they can get a Class C license. Go in all the counties. Then from there, you can talk to the Minister of Youth and the Minister of Education that they will only employ certified coaches to coach the schools. It can be PE or whatsoever. And also, you can keep the other ones in the counties to create the county team. Right there, that job creation. Also, we can also put $5 million aside for our so-called Zogos or disadvantaged youth. And we can fix the Bella Yala, turn it into an institution, put a football fee, do everything for them, and we ask them voluntarily. In 6 months, if you don't go there, you should leave the street and go home. Because we'll catch you, we'll send you right there. In 2 years, by this time, President, we are supposed to be bragging with 10,000 youth under his belt. But today, our children are getting worse and worse and worse. The drugs is all over the place. You go in the graveyard, you see them sleeping, you see them smoking, you see them high. They can't even walk. They're looking like zombies. These are our children. We cannot continue to give them money to go kill themselves. When they jack your cell phone, you vex. Because there's nothing for them. You cannot take them from the street and send them to school without even giving them food to eat. It's wrong. Or else he will sell the book. That's all he knows. So you must encourage them. This is where our money is supposed to go. We go. Why do you think when we go to Liberia, they don't steal from us? Because we sit with them. We eat with them. But when you go to Liberia, they will steal your cell phone because you're selfish. These are our people. They are all voters. And remember this. The disadvantaged youth that living down Center Street, that boy get voting card. He's a voter. The man who get a Mercedes-Benz and get a big house in Painesville, he got one voting card. He's a voter. So tell me, everybody is important, my people. The man who you see in the street with no slipper, that man get voting card. That man got one vote. Mr. Cummings got one vote. Charlene has one vote. Mr. We have one vote. They are all equal under the law. So they must be treated as a voter, and they must benefit from everything the government doing. We got the resources. We are a rich country. We can't be feeding our people every day and keep them in the same place. We must teach them how to fish. We must give our business people, the small business, give them loan. Don't just allow one minister to come walk to you, then you get here alone $50,000 loan. And the real small business people there, they're waiting for it. Why, my people? Please, we beg you. We beg you. When you make it right, Mr. Cummings right now, I'm telling you, he's the only one with the blueprint. He has put everything together. He said we got $20 million that we will give to business people. We're talking about small business. We're talking about the man who get a shop. We're talking about the woman who plan to open a shop. We're talking about Mount Teresa. She cannot be selling in the market throughout. You can't just be sitting in the marketplace. You can also open your own store too. But you need business and you need somebody to guide you and will give you the money. We don't want a bank where when we give you $10,000 before you leave the bank, that's $7,000. Then are you the one got to pay that money? So my people, let us vote right. Mr. Cummings, Charlene Bromsky is the best team right now. We all know, everybody know. They can tell you, say, Mr. Cummings good, but then I hate time. If it's time, Mr. Cummings time, when will be your time? If you got an ambition today to run for representative, when will you come in? Also, look at your representative. Ask them what did I do? What did they do with the $30,000? Some of them better ask Akara Gray what he did with the $30,000 times 12. Ask Solomon George down Waterside what he did with the money. Ask Thomas Fala what he did with the $30,000 times 50. Because Thomas Fala been there for more than 12 years. So ask that question. Don't just say, I like the man. Ask them. You want to ask anybody, ask the question. It is your right to remove them. But my people, we need no poor man to be president. Let me tell you the real truth. Because the poor man will try to satisfy all his poor friends. Let me tell you the real truth here today. You look at Mr. Cummings, you look at Charlene. Look, don't get me wrong. They get poor people who get good things, good ideas. But the fact of the matter, Mr. Cummings have proven it. He knows the problem of Liberia. That is why he's going around. And when Mr. Cummings come back again, he will go to the Western Cluster. He will go all over the place. So, guys, let me turn it over to my co-host, Sidiki. And this is Munel Kishen, a.k.a. The General. I am the host of this show. But after Sidiki, we'll be taking a 3-second break. Maybe, I'm telling you, a 15 seconds break, and we'll come back quick. So, Sidiki, take it from there.
Okay, so I hear you spoke about this guy, the senator for Nimba, Mr. Prince Johnson. His attack on our VSB and that of Mr. Cummings. You know, that's a country we find ourselves in. And it's just so unfortunate. This is so unfortunate that Mr. Johnson, who is on video for killing Liberians, especially a certain president, the videos are there. You can go and check it out. I'm not making up story. To go and label people with all kinds of names, only because they disagree with him politically. That form of intimidating people, thinking that this is the time of the old days. This will not work. And the most frustrating part about it, the people he support don't even have the courage to condemn what he did. And it just speaks volume. It speaks a lot about the people he's supporting. Because the young Mr. Johnson denigrating a decent woman who worked hard to reach to where she is today, and a decent man who have worked on the international scene to get the influence and the recognition that you have today globally and even in Liberia. To call him all kinds of names that I cannot even repeat here. And then the people that he supports, the people that he handpicked VP for, they can't condemn him. It's so frustrating. And one more thing I want us to talk about before going to the phone line. You know, my Liberian people, when we talk, y'all call and say, oh, you're not one opposition together. This is not about opposition business. But let's look at this. The Supreme Court is the higher decision-making body in the country when it comes to the justice system. The Liberty Party had a case. The both chairman and political leader went to the Supreme Court. That is Musa Hassan Belite and Yombli Kanga Lawrence. They went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, look, Yombli, you are operating illegally. Musa is operating on illegal document of the Liberty Party. And so you will have to follow whatever constitution Mr. Belete is operating with. So Yombly, in conclusion, she lost the case at the Supreme Court. But Yahweh said, people who are asking you that they want to rescue you, still disobeying the ruling of the Supreme Court, that they don't care for the Supreme Court ruling, still doing business with Yombly in the name of Liberty Party, even going into a collaboration as far as raising money in the name of Liberty Party, illegally. Even if, let's agree, Yombly is a political leader of Liberty Party, a political leader of a party don't have a responsibility or any right to raise funds in the party name. No, that's not how it works. But when people talk, so the confusion is in this whole electoral process, especially in the opposition camp. You all don't go on a show and ask them about that refusal to obey the ruling from the Supreme Court. You don't do that. You don't ask them to start bringing confusion in the opposition. But people who sit there and speak truth, you say, oh, you're attacking fellow opposition leader. This is sad. You don't even elect somebody, they not get time for Supreme Court ruling. Then what more about if you elect them to power? You know what they will be doing? You know, we Liberians have always been noticed for bringing people into power or into the leadership of our country that will suppress us. The CDC used to be doing things violently in the opposition. And then you look at those people, you put them there. See what they're doing today in the country. That is the same thing that the other side are trying to bring. The Supreme Court gave a ruling. Yombly is not a political leader of the Liberty Party. That is a clear thing that the Supreme Court itself, and she herself, she understands that. But impersonating, and you too knowing very well. Look, let me say something. Maybe the public not actually informed. When the Unity Party was naming its vice standard bearer, when JMB was naming Jeremiah Kun as vice president to him at the Unity Party on Broad Street, the Unity Party wrote the CPP, inviting the CPP to that program. That means they have acknowledged the collaboration between the ANC and the Liberty Party. Because for you to write the CPP, you have already acknowledged a collaboration. One party can make a collaboration. ANC cannot make a collaboration. So the fact that you can read the CPP, it means that you acknowledge the LP and the ANC in a collaboration, which make up the CPP. And then the C Unity Party keep referring to Yombly as LP political leader. What it speaks to you? The C Unity Party keep referring to Yombly. So how many LP we get now? In Unity Party people, man. You refer to the CPP, you wrote the CPP as a collaboration, and then you refer to an individual in the capacity of that same party name. This is wrong. And we should not be encouraging this. People don't have power, they don't have respect for rule of law, and then they want to ask you to give them the power. You know what it will do to you? Today, most of you taking this to be about Musa. Most of you are taking this to be about Musa, but it is not about Musa. This is about upholding the rule of law. The Supreme Court made a decision, and it should be respected. For people to impersonate, to be political leader of a party that they are not, this is wrong, this is criminal, and anybody supporting that don't mean well for the rule of law. Let's go back to the general.
Thank you, Sidiki. Good that you brought that on. Thank you very much. And we're going to touch on that. But we just want to make our brothers on the other side to understand this. And you that listen to us, do your due diligence. You can go to NEC and ask NEC your own question. The Liberty Party, where is the Liberty Party? The Liberty Party is part of the CPP. It's the collaborating political parties. There is no Liberty Party on the ballot. There is no ANC on the ballot. It's CPP. And that CPP, you will see the ANC logo and the Liberty Party logo. That is how you will see it on the ballot. And the standard bearer and vice standard bearer is Alexander Cummings and Councillor Charlene Bromsky. Simple. But if Yombly feels that she is the owner or the leader of Liberty Party, why Steve Zago is running under the Unity Party, why they have not signed any document yet. But you know, this smart game they're playing is up to them. It's all distraction. And I will applaud Mr. Billington for playing a big role. You know, they say dry meat sweet, but when you be eating until the meat turn dry, all these kind of things that we can say that. But Frita man say kaka long saute ego cut. No matter how long you stay in the bathroom, you have to come outside. No matter how long you take a crocodile or lizard and you put it in the water, it will not turn to be crocodile. But before we go to the phone line, today, please, we'll give you 30 seconds. Do not tell us hello. Don't waste your time and say hello. We want you to go straight into it. If you supporting Mr. Cummings, just tell us, yes, you are a supporter of Cummings. If you're a supporter of Mr. Bwaka, just tell us, yes, you are a Liberian. But we don't want you to go too long, because after 30 seconds, we want other people to go. If you get more than 30 seconds, tell God thank you. But please, we don't want to waste time. Siddiqui is not cutting anybody off. I don't want you to think that he's cutting you off. It's the telephone. If the telephone is not working, you will go off. So please, we don't tell you. If you support Mr. Bwaka and you say it, fine. You support Mr. Weah and you say it, fine. But we're not here to can't give you the airtime to tell us you supporting Mr. Bwaka. Then we give you the airtime to start explaining. Let's be honest here. This is our show. This is my show. This is not your show. But if you go on a Freedom radio station, when you call and say, oh, I don't support President Weah, they cut you off. But yeah, if you say you don't support Mr. Cummings, we listen to you. But we're not going to give you 2, 3, 4 minutes on the radio. That plenty time. 30 seconds is an important time on the radio. So even if we give you 1 minute, we just want you to come in. Good morning, guys, and ask a question. If you want to ask a question, you ask a question, we'll answer it. If you want to make a statement, you make a statement. So I beg you, Siddiqui, the studio will open the line. Don't can't tell us if you're calling from Bekube Avenue, don't waste all that time because like your minute's going. So if you get 1 minute on the show, tell God, thank you, my people. We beg you. But all we want to hear from you, that's it. Just tell us. And if you say you're not voting for Mr. Cummings, tell us. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say why you're not voting for Mr. Cummings, fine. But don't make it too long because other people won't call. So, but before we go to the line, just 30 seconds. Let's take a few minutes break. I want you to just listen to this. It's just a few minutes break. It's not anything long. I want you to listen to the next president of Liberia. This is how a president will speak to his people when it comes to unity. So I want you to listen to Mr. Cummings. I never heard it from any other candidate. But only Mr. Cummings continue to advise us and to talk to us. So please listen.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived 2 deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Okay, so you can open the phone line. God bless you and God bless Liberia. The time for babysitting is over. A new day is on the horizon. We are the only people who can make the difference, you and I. So,
Okay,
Siliki, if you can open the phone line.
So we're going to open the phone line. And so, so like the general said, when we open the phone line, you have 30 seconds to make a point. And then you have to be brief. You have to be brief. So let's take this first caller. And then
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hey, my name is Niam Bulula, and I'm calling from the state of Indiana in the United States.
Okay, make a
Well,
point.
Sidiki, I want to say to you, you and the general, for a job wonderfully done. Liberian people, especially the younger generation, my generation, my 21st century generation, the generation that have been marginalized, a generation that they have no foundation to step on because of the same recycled politician. I want to talk to you guys. You know, this election is not about George Weah. This election is not about Prince Johnson. This election is not about Joseph Boakai, Elizana Kumis, and all the political leaders in the country. This election is about us, this generation. This election is about us that have been suffering. It's about us that have struggled to go to school, yet we cannot find jobs. This election is about us that when we wake up in the morning, we cannot find food to put it on the table of our children to eat. This election is about us. This election is very crucial to this generation. So put aside your partisan hat, put aside your loyalty to an individual, and see your future, and see the future of the children that you are born today. Our parents did not have the chance to lay that foundation for you and I to step on. Today, we struggle. Struggle should not be the roadmap of our generation and the generation to come.
Thank
So
you.
Now have to stand up to lay that foundation. We should see the future, and the future is now. Thank you.
So caller, you can call us on 0776-339898 or 0555-2238-27. It's a number to call. 0776-339898 is a number to call. You'll be live on Truth 96.1 on the General Show. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Segu. How are you? My name is
Siliki, my name, not Segu.
Okay, Siliki. Thank you so much.
Okay, you have 30 seconds.
Yes, I am JK, and I call you from Duper Road this afternoon.
Okay, make a point.
We need to just see reason to stop attacking each other as opposition. Our main target and focus is the ruling party. There are other issues in the government that is going on. So what can we find just time and talk about it and bring these ills that the government is spreading over us?
Thank you.
I believe the best person is Joseph Walker.
Okay, thank you.
So much for the show.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Daniel Blake.
Okay, Mr. Daniel. You have a few seconds.
Yes, Unity Party / Yombitonga Lawrence.
Okay, thank you. I don't know, Daniel. That takes some for the Lone Star line. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, make your point, Christopher. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, let's take this caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Hello? Oh, wow. This thing is so confusing. I don't know what's going on. Wait. Okay, folks, keep putting your call. The lamb is too packed, and so that's why you're seeing what you are saying. The lamb is jam packed, so I don't know what's going on. But let's put in your call on 0555 22 38 27. Okay, let's take this caller. Hello, yeah, hello. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, Mr. Sorry, make your point.
Yeah, thank you so much. I didn't know very well good point, and Liberia we had to step out to go the other direction for where the policy is going now. We have to go to the food. We got to make a choice. You know, keep the CBC government or make a better judge who is performing to vote as the best president.
Thank you, Mr. Sorry. Let's take this call from the Lone Star line. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Oh, wow. The person here not ready. Let's take this other caller from here. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Oh, wow. The lamb is too jammed. Okay, let's take this caller from the WhatsApp line. Okay, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, and it is clear that CPP is the best leader to carry our country forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. Okay, let's talk to this caller from there. Oh, the lamb is too jam packed. I don't know what's going on. But keep putting your call first. Keep putting your call. 0776 339 07. Okay, let's take this call from here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Alex calling from Nimba.
Okay, Alex, calling from Nimba. Make a point. You have a few seconds.
Yes. But thank you for your show this afternoon.
Thank you.
When you're informing the public, at least sometimes you're going to be taking a fact. I will say the party, the rescue or two, they got to win here, America. Who told you that?
Cut him off. I authorize it. Cut him off.
Hello, let's take this other caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm James calling from Tukuro.
Okay, Mr. James, you are live on True FM. Make a point.
Okay, I want to say to my fellow Liberian that we have been making so many mistakes, and this time around we shouldn't make that mistake again for us to keep regretting, and then we find ourselves back in the same situation. I will advise my fellow Liberian to come up massively let us vote for the CPP, Alexander B. Cummings, as the next president of the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Let's take another caller because the lamb is packed. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? You're live on the General Show. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Jonathan Dewey. I'm calling from the Street from Beckman Avenue.
You say what's your name?
Jonathan Dewey. I'm calling from the Street Beckman Avenue.
Okay, Jonathan, make a point.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the show this afternoon. You have said it all, but the best person to rescue this issue is GMB, come 2023.
Okay, Jonathan, thank you so much for calling. Let's take somebody from the Lone Star line here. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah, you have to adjust from your monitor. You on the radio, you listen to the radio at the same time, answer your call. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon. Where's you calling from?
My name is Malatiwe.
Yeah, where are you calling?
I'm from Oro.
Okay, Mother Piwe.
And it's not coming.
Thank you.
Allow me to say something short.
Okay, go ahead, ma.
Alex wants to be president because vice president has no say in Liberia and even some other parts of the world. So this is why he insists on being
he will also be president. And I think when he's president, he will do what he did. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
let's pick somebody from the Lone Star Long here. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from, caller?
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Julius, and I'm calling from GSU.
Okay, Julius, calling from Jersey. You have a few
Thank
seconds.
you so much, Siddiqui, for the program and the callers as well. I support JNB for Bright and Better Liberia.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. Let's take this caller from here. Good afternoon, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Wu. I'm actively asking us about one position of activity.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you for the show.
thank you.
Yeah, my concern that you raised about CTP here.
Mhm.
You know that Musa Hassan Benito, the party chairman for your ANC, is one of the best criminals ever that ANC given to be the party.
Cut him off. We're not here to
You
waste
like
our
that?
time, man.
Yeah.
He
First
can
of
go
all,
and
the man
Let him go
saying
and
Musa
form it.
Musa Belete, chairman for ANC. Musa not chairman for ANC. That's the
Go
first
and
message.
organize your own show and run on
Yeah.
that. We're not here for.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Thank you. There's a part of what I'm calling in adjourning this conversation to take it to let me appreciate you for your analysis. You know, you asked the question, how many Labour Party do they have? They have one Labour Party, but it is divided into two. One side has chairman, no political leader, and the other side has political leader, no chairman. So if anybody wants to claim a stand that they own the Labour Party 100%, get your friend to vote for impersonation. And this is what the two sides have never been able to do. They know that all of them have their position as legitimate under the Supreme Court or by next. So that is why they will never ever take their friend to vote for impersonation.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for your input. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, make your point. You have a few seconds. 30 seconds. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. So let's take somebody from the Lone Star line here. You can keep putting your call on 0706339898. So let's take this call. Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joseph Joe, I'm calling for the rehab job.
Okay, Joseph. Okay. Make your point.
Yeah, no problem. We're just waiting for the voting day, which is on towards 10 to 1%. We have back to the Kevin Footy County.
Okay, Joseph. Okay, Joseph. Thank you. Okay, let's take this call from the orange line. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Over. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Nahad from Boulevard, Johnson.
Okay, make your point.
Yeah, I will support you. We are going to have in a country and we automatically is the LSR.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you,
input.
sir.
Thank you. So let's take this call from here. I think this will be our. Okay, we'll take our last call from the Lone Star line. But let's take this person. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? The person already.
Okay, you can take two more and then we'll move on.
Okay, we'll take two more calls. 0776339898. So let's take this call. Okay, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm just calling from Kawe.
Okay, George, make your point. You have a few seconds.
Now, this very departed, you know, departed the politician, you play a bad role in play for coming. You are the free coming.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Look at the other man. Say, Kumi spending money on her. Thank you. Hello? Yeah, hello? Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from, caller?
Okay, I'm Federer Louis calling from Conway.
Okay, Mr. Louis, calling from Conway. Make your point. You the last caller.
Yeah, I prefer Cummings. It's not be Cummings and Charlie Bushkin for a better, brighter future. But better material, I prefer them.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So folks, that's how we come to the end of the calling session. But before I go to the general, I want to say this. If you call and make a point. The emotion and you know attached to your calling. It's not necessary. This is just a safer conversation we have here. You know, to play our part into this electoral process. Calling to call people names, calling spending money on your. Do you even know me? Do you know the man that is hosting the show? You don't even know anybody, but you call to just make stupid statement because you feel like you know your candidate agenda is not being preached yet. So you want to call and just say anything to anybody. But that's okay. We understand that. But let's go to the host of the show, Mr. Monique.
Okay, thank you to everyone who make the call. You supporting president. You supporting President Weah. You supporting Mr. Bwaka. You supporting Mr. Cummings. It's good. But you know what I'm happy for? I am not on this show only for Mr. Cummings supporter. I am happy because you on the other side are listening to me. That was a happiness. That will make me very happy. I'm not here to preach to people who supported Mr. Cummings. I want to preach to people who don't support Mr. Cummings. And let me tell you something. Don't be too emotional. If you want to insult, you can take your telephone and go live. But I will not allow you to waste my time on this show that you're not paying for. It is a courtesy I gave you to express your view. But instead of you expressing your view and you want to tell me about Musa ability and ANC and whatsoever, I don't have to waste my time on that. And guess what? We are less than 100 days to election. I will not waste my time behind people who are so emotional, people who are so attached until they don't put their country in the middle. I talk to people who on the fence. I'm talking to independents. I'm talking to people who still want to know about Cummings. These are the people I'm talking about. So you can be supporting the other side. That's your right. I supporting my side. That's my right. If Mr. Cummings pay me, that's my right. But Mr. Cummings is not paying me. CPP is not paying me. They're not paying nobody here. We are all doing it because we want a better Liberia. And to those of you who said Mr. Cummings is the best candidate, you're making no mistake. I will tell you today, because if you can say that with all your friends around you, you are a patriot. There are other people who just want to see other people getting rich in their eyes while they are getting poor. And I bet you today, the guy who came out to insult Mr. Ability, right now, if I send someone behind him, he's struggling to get food to eat right now. But we can't be doing this. I would not come up here and insult Mr. President. I would not come out here and insult Mr. Bwaka. I would not come out here and insult Mr. Gonglo. We talk to people who don't deserve it. If Mr. Prince Johnson is a killer, we all know he's a killer. You know what I'm saying? If someone is corrupt, we know they are corrupt. Because why? They are public officials. They've been giving money. I challenge you. There is no court in Liberia where Mr. Ability has been indicted and found guilty. No court. So we need to stop lying to ourselves. The few days Mr. Ability was the golden ball. When he was supporting the other side, oh, Mr. Ability was the golden child. But today he support Mr. Cummings, you vest. Mr. Louis support Mr. Cummings, you vest. Mr. Gateway support Mr. Cummings, you vest. But when they're supporting you or they support you, you okay with it. We will change this country. The people of Liberia will change this country. Mr. Cummings and Charlene Bromsky, the CPP, will win this election. The silent voters, the students, the women, the young people of Liberia will make the change in Liberia. You, just a handful of people, not because you call it a radio station. Yes, you call it a radio station. I agree you call, because that's the game we all play. I was in Liberia, I know how to play the game. One man can just insist and say, just call that station and disturb the show. It will not move us. It will not move us. So if you see the C people don't call, I know what they stand and I know how we campaigning. I know who we're talking to. We're going from door to door. The women of Liberia will make the difference. The children, the young children that are 19 years old up to 39 years old will make the difference in Liberia. I'm telling you now, and I will be blunt with you. Whether you like it, I know you cussing me in your heart right now, but thank God you're not on the show. So whether you like it or you don't like it, they will make that decision. We know the game, my people. Y'all go around and attack every show that got nothing to do with the other side. We're not supposed to talk about the other side. Even if I don't talk about the other side, you will still come up and you think by calling one man, there's a guy who called here 2 times. I recognize the voice. He called the show 2 times. The one he gave 2 different locations. We know all that trick. So we're telling the people we know all this trick. But you see, we're not hiding the number from nobody. We're giving the numbers out to everybody. So let me go back to Siddiqui. I think we're almost, how many minutes we got, Siddiqui?
We have 6 more minutes.
Okay, 6 more minutes before Siddiqui comes in. So let me close it by this. And I want to be honest. You're free to call. Siddiqui will not cut you off. We're not hiding the number. We're not giving special number to and to CPP people. We're not giving special number to others. The number is the same number. The one you see, the WhatsApp number, we're giving it. But I want to tell you that I know your trick. And let me give another trick again that you guys continue to do and will tell our people. There were a group of people who going around the other day pretending to be ANC members, but they are not ANC members. Going around lying to the people in the community saying that if you don't see Mr. Cummings' picture on a seat in ANC, don't vote. There is no ANC on the ballot. There is no Liberty Party on the ballot. It's CPP. So you can go and lie. We will always counter you. We will always catch you up. Look, God ain't let ugly, my people. God will catch you. They will expose you. So those of you who want to spend the data, because we know that what the other side can do, by the time they show on, they start spreading the data. They say, you'll go attack. You'll go attack. And let me tell you to all the other people, the class, the closing argument, the voice matter, you are saying show. You want to call, you can go ahead and call the show. And you can't disturb the show. Because the more other side call, it make us feel good because you are listening to us. At least in yourself, you know I'm talking the truth. But hey, hurting you, don't get vexed. We are all Liberian. We enjoy our country together. We knock the beer. After October 10th, there will be live. I will still see you in the street. I will still call your name. You can call my name. Please. Yeah. We are Liberians and we are together. Please do not allow my voice to irritate you and do not allow your voice to irritate. For me, your voice will not irritate me. But I just telling the truth. This is a tough game. The election is just right around the corner. For me, I will vote for Ellis Cummings. I'm a voter and I don't see me talking. I will vote in the first round. If there's a second round, I will vote again. The only thing that can stop me from voting now when the woman take my life. But I will cast my vote. And I want you to cast your vote. So I am a voter. Don't think I'm running my mouth like that. I'm not voting. Oh, no, they put it that's why I'm not voting. They plenty people are voting. They plenty. And also don't forget, Mr. Cummings is already in America. He will be in Michigan. From there, he will come to Philadelphia. We'll hang out. We'll talk to the people. He will go around and then come back to Liberia. And then he will go to the Western Cluster. He will go back to Nima County. He will go to all the counties. So just imagine Mr. Cummings is the only one who prepared, ready. He's ready. He will knock on doors. He will talk to you. Only the Liberian people can stop Mr. Cummings. Not you. You just won't vote. But we know how we'll do it strategically. So thank you very much. God bless you. God bless our country. God bless the president. God bless the government. God bless every Liberian. God must pray for our leader. Although our president is corrupt, but God must still pray for them. So we want to thank you very much. And to the studio, we want to say thank you for allowing us. Whatever we say here today is a disclaimer. It got nothing to do with True FM. It's all from me. And I take full responsibility, whatever I said. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Go ahead,
okay,
Siddiqui.
So, folks, that's how we come to the end of this conversation. So, like the general was saying, this is what we'll continue to do. And by Monday, you will hear us here. So, we're not stopping. For those of you who are calling from the UP, the CDC, we appreciate all of you. Because the fact that you can take your time to listen to us is something that we appreciate. Look, after the election, we all will be in this country. And the only reason we are here to educate or to send our message to you is to play our part. Because we know that this man, with the kind of record, with what he has done in the past, he's the only person who stands in the presidential race right now to change our country, to solve our problem. And based on his integrity, based on his hard work, look, this man will go from place to place, engaging, making a case to the Liberian people. Right now, as we speak, he's engaging another group of Liberians in the US, and some of them will be voting. I hope you understand me. So this is not about, relaxing, sending propagandists on radio to attack and say a lot of things to people. This will not distract us. Look, this is something that we have signed up for. So even if all the colors here call in and disagree with us, we will still appreciate you. But the only thing, if you call to insult and call names, we're not going to tolerate that, because we sit here, we don't insult anybody. We don't support Mr. Weah, but we don't insult Weah. We don't support George Weah, we don't insult George Weah. We speak on reality, things that are happening. And you, the colors, have not called to debunk what we say. And so let's be safer. On Monday, the general show will be here again. And, starting from next week, we'll be bringing, guests on to make the case. And so if you are from the CDC, if you are from the UP, you want to come on, look, you are welcome. This is, the only thing we will do is to keep the platform safer. Because if we're fighting, insulting or attacking one another, look at our neighboring country right now, Sierra Leone. We just have to keep them in prayer. They are fighting, even though tomorrow will be the election day, but they are fighting there. So we will have to keep the peace, because it is very, very prominent to us. It is very important to us. So if we start to fight, attacking, insulting, bringing each other down, right after the election, what's the phase? We're gonna even, get to look at each other. We have to understand this. Every one of us, we are into it for Liberia to be a better country. But on the circumstances, one leader is better than the other leader. And so we are making our case. So if you call, you can make a case too, without insulting or attacking. And so we just wanted to make that clarity. So, we'll take, we'll end the conversation with our theme song there. But, want to appreciate all of you. We'll be back on Monday at 12.
I think I want us to end it with this 5 watts, and they can take it
I
from
want
there.
to say thank you to all of our online viewers. Your voice matter. We're live. We want to say thank you to all of you watching us on Facebook and the general page too. Was on live. We want to say thank you to all of you watching the general page. And Liberia will be better when we can assure all of you.
I want to play this, man. You can end it with this. You can end it with this, please. We're off already. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and thank you for your time. We are now, I will see you on Monday, same time, same station. We are on 96.1. We know the trick in Liberia. We know people call and pretend to be different person, or they pretend to be in different location, but don't worry about it. This is what we're here for. They can't break me. They can't move me. I am resolved. Mr. Cummings will win this election in the first round. I'm still believing that we'll win this election. And also, it's possible that this election will be between two oppositions. It is possible. I know sometimes you guys don't like to hear it. They say, oh, don't attack. But when you go to class, read low, they are all over the place with Mr. Cummings. When you guys call, they good. Look, let me tell you today, UP, now we're on social media now. UP and CDC, they are very good in lies and in calling. They do that all the time. They spend money. They believe that's how they play the election in Liberia. The optics. They believe in it. Hold on 1 minute. Hey, James. Okay, someone called from Liberia. So they will spend the data and they will tell them to attack every show that got nothing to do with the CP, the UP. But listen, one-on-one, CPP and UP will defeat them. Let me tell you, we'll beat them. We are the change. We are the change killing it. We are the real change of Liberia. They are not the change. Look at them. Can you tell me Jeremiah Coe is the change? Can you tell me that Alex style of King Kong, corruption King Kong is the change? Can you look at Prince Johnson and say it's the change? Eh? Can you tell me that Mr. Bwaka is the change? Mr. Bwaka, who was vice president for 12 years, is the change of Liberia? We must be out of our mind, man. You might be out of your mind too. So, I'm not on radio right now. I will give it to you. When may you verse, get off the page. Get off the page. When may you verse. But we're just telling you people. I'm talking to you now who got the Facebook ability to see me. I'm not talking to the boy in Liberia. We go around. What I'm telling you now, when we go around face to face, we tell the people the same thing. Mr. Bwaka is not a change. UP is not a change. UP is just coming with a bunch of corrupt people to disturb us because they believe that Mr. President, the CDC, ET. So they can't stand it. They live with it. You know, you're making big mistake. The way it's easy to campaign in Liberia. Because when I ask the question, even if I don't want CDC, that UP I'm gonna carry, they can change straight. The only point I can change if you're from Lofa County. Yeah, I will not have it from you. If you're from Lofa County, you stick to what you want. You believe in your tribal man, that's your business. You see that? That the question, even if I don't want CDC, that UP I should bring back to power. Right there, they convince, they say, oh yeah, you'd wear that the same old people. And you know what happened for? All of them go in one place. We put it in a basket. Baskets, let me use the word that Hillary used and they want to kill her. Bunch of and deplorable, despicable people. Put them in one basket. Corrupt people. You guys are corrupt. You guys are very corrupt. When may you verse, do what you want to do, but you're corrupt. Very corrupt. You're stealing from what people, you won't steal by imagination. It will not work this time around. It will not work this time. Yes, Kane, it's not fair. Our country deserves better. Yeah, man, Lofa. These people are too corrupt. We'll win this election. We'll beat them. Even if it comes between UP and CP, we'll beat you. Trust me. Because you're so afraid. That is why you're going around lying. You can spend all the money on your data. You're wasting your time. The Liberian people will not fall for Liberian people, not wasting time. Right now, Liberian people looking for money to eat. For you ain't got nothing to do. Even the people who supporting Mr. Cummings, they're looking for food to eat. So they're not going to waste their data to just be calling. The ones who want to call, we're not paying nobody money to call. We're not giving money to nobody to call the show yet. We will not give anybody money to call. But I know I was there. I know the people. I met the people. Bunch of corrupt UP people. So corrupt. Telling you, they're afraid of Cummings. They guys are afraid of Alex Cummings because of accountability. They're afraid that Mr. Cummings will spoil the chopping. That is why Darius Dillon, strong supporter. This guy was supporting Mr. Cummings until Mr. Cummings criticized 30,000. Yombro criticizing Mr. Cummings until supporting Mr. Cummings criticized 30,000. All of them vests. All of them vests. You're watching. Bernard Ure might open his mouth and I will give a story here. Mr. Bwaka went to Bernard Ure's house when the whole CPP were on. Sat down on Bernard Ure's bed and said, Bernard, we got to do everything to get rid of Cummings. We got to do everything to get rid of Cummings. We got to stop this Cummings man. Now today, when Bernard Ure started all that fight through the instrumentality of Darius Dillon, and guess what he did to Bernard Ure? He pushed Bernard Ure out. Today, Henry Costa is in a place. The money, he raised the money for the headquarters. What they did to Henry Costa, they push him aside. Are these the people y'all want us to trust? They will do it to Prince Johnson. They will do it to Jeremiah Kuhn. All these people, they believe that they can sleep with the devil to win. Mr. Bwaka is a dishonest man. He is a dishonest man, a dishonest leader. This man have called Mr. Cummings names. But you know why he can't defeat Mr. Cummings? Because Mr. Cummings' money is in Mr. Bwaka's stomach. Yeah. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Go ahead, you're live. Okay, guys, please listen to Doric.
Let me give you my little input, General. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for the fight. So you see, General, I'm hoping when you take on the radio again, another thing you need to, we need to take into consideration is this, right? Because the UP, on the UP government, and things are a little bit better, right, for civil servant, right? Yeah. Meaning of making a little bit more. So now, because they haven't experienced Mr. Cummings, most civil servants might want to reconsider the UP again, right? Because we are all got that for them, right? Yeah. So the argument has to be made. There has to be a complete argument made that they're even much better under Mr. Cummings. Not only that, the UP are getting millions and billions of dollars, paying ministers in some cases $15,000. So if you're getting $300, $500, I think it's enough. It's not enough still, right? Yeah. So the contrast have to be drawn clearly for the people to see that the entire playbook, even though the CDC government is doing worse, but the entire playbook the CDC government is using, they came directly from the Unity Party government. And, so they don't think that, we're making $300 honor the UP government, so maybe, Bwaka will be good for us. No. You're still not living in it better than that. Because why? It was still more corruption, more money came in the country, it was still more corruption and everything. So then I know that, like I always said, there's going to be a fair wages. Not going to be minister making, tens of thousands of them, civil servant making $300, $500. It's not going to be that kind of a disparity. You know what I mean? And another thing too, you got to draw to, like I said, the playbook came from, the Unity Party. That contrast have to be clearly drawn, so that people can see and know exactly what's going on. The United Party government is talking about, ministers that owning companies and stuff, and then they send the money to the company, they go back and get the money. Everything started from the United Party government. And that's the same thing Jeremiah Kuhn is doing right now. And, so, I tell you thank you when you talk on the radio. These things have to be explained to the Liberian people. And, that is just a complete circle that you guys are running, where they nobody getting opportunity because all the opportunities in government officials' name, and they send the money to themselves in a circle. They're making themselves richer and using that money to gain more power. Using that money to gain more power. So it's just a complete circle. That's the reason why there is no opportunity in the country, because why they keep them on themselves. And you see the typical example about Jeremiah Kuhn sending money to his hospital in Nima County. Yeah, thank you again for the opportunity, General.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that was Doric, and he gave a very salient point, a very good point, and which is true. Julius Saki, you don't know. Let me pull you up on the screen. You don't know. Costa begged for front page to put it down, but it was lit. So don't worry about it. So it's the same Costa you say. Oh, Jesus Christ. So you see, these are some of the things that these guys did behind closed door. But they will expose themselves. Now, Doric said something, and I wish we talk about it the other day. UP is running on Ellen Johnson record, not Mr. Bwaka record. They are running on Ellen Johnson record, but yet instead they're insulting Ellen. But the UP government, the officials make more money than the civil servants. Yes, there were certain things going, but they were making more money. So Jeremiah Kuhn and others were making more money, including the vice president, who received $8.7 million in 12 years. We're making more money. There were more stealing. The stealing was spread out. But that's not what we're talking about. The Cummings administration will pay living wage. The Cummings administration will have accountability. They will go after corrupt government officials, people who are in the habit of stealing government taxes. Because what Mr. Cummings will put in place, you will not be able to steal. You will not be able to steal. That is the real truth. So join us next week. By next week, we'll be bringing, Franklin will join me. I'm very sorry that Franklin had to take his uncle to the hospital and things happen. And you got to do what you got to do. So thank you very much. I missed the show on Wednesday because I had a problem with my equipment and my software. So thank you very much. Those of you who want to support the show, you are still free to support the show. We got to pay for software. We got to pay for a lot of things. So I want to say thank you very much, and thanks to the True FM family for allowing us. We are 3 days on radio, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, don't forget they got to close the Voice Matter. They are on Sunday, every Sunday in the evening, and also you got Yasinito got a show there, but I got to look for the list of the shows. And also, Closing Argument is also on True FM. So I come on every 12 o'clock. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I love you all. For those of you who don't understand, you can listen to Ellis Cummings again. Yeah?
The leaders I love, the leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader.
The oldest republic in Africa. And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. Our next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So, for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country, is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates aspiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.